Hello! My name is Masha and welcome to a real-time knotting video. If you are new to this channel, a real-time knotting video is a video in which I just knot and chat in real time. This is not a tutorial, but I will be linking the pattern that I'm using in the description. I won't be editing this video much, I'll just be sort of chatting with you and knotting as I go. This might be a bit of a stupid decision because, I don't know how well you can see, I've got this wrist thing on me. Basically, I have somehow damaged my wrist, probably to do with bracelet making to some degree, and it hurts when I do anything with it, so I'm wearing a wrist thing to keep it in place, but I still want to make bracelets, so here we are. This might be making things worse, but I just really want to make this bracelet. I've been seeing this pattern all over Instagram, and people seem really happy and really excited when they make it, and I want to be one of those happy and excited people, so here we are. So I am recording this on the 5th of April at like 10 p.m. I should be getting ready for bed, but I'm here recording this. I just started this bracelet just a couple hours ago and I wanted to film it. It's my birthday on the 7th, which is part of the reason why I'm doing sort of a more chill and laid back video today, because I'm sort of getting ready and preparing for my birthday. I'm not doing anything special because we're still in lockdown and I can't do anything special, but Thomas and I, who's my flatmate, we are getting ready to, you know, we're probably going to go to the park. We might do a little bit of a picnic there if the weather is good enough. We're going to bake a cake and play some card games maybe, and yeah, just have a nice time. I already got some gifts delivered from some of my friends who I'm not able to see today, and Stefan, who's my husband, from all the way from Russia, he sent me a gift, and they're all waiting for me in my kitchen, and I can't open them because I want, you know, I want the day to be special, so I'm not opening anything the day before. I'm very excited. I know what one of them is because the gift that Stefan is getting me, I know what that is because I asked for it specifically. It's a pair of headphones, but I'm still not going to open them until my birthday because I want it to be special. But yeah, it's going to be a good time, even if, you know, we're in lockdown. It's my second lockdown birthday now, but it'll be a good time nonetheless. I'm turning 23. I'm going to be an old woman now. I'm joking, of course. But yeah, if you guys haven't followed me on Instagram yet, you should. That's the place, oh, wrong string. That's the place where I update you guys about what's going on in my life, and I've just had a sort of string of bad luck, kind of, this week with the wrist and everything. When was it? Like a day or two ago? I stood up in the middle of the night, I woke up and I got up in the middle of the night, and I accidentally stumbled on my feet and then tried to grab hold of my shelf, and I accidentally grabbed hold of a cactus that was standing on the shelf. And so a bunch of cacti needles went into my hand and my fingers, and that was painful. May I tell you, that was very painful, but I managed to get the majority of them out during the night, but then I couldn't get, I think it was like 2 or 3 that I couldn't get out, and I think in the morning I was able to get one of them out really quickly, and then the rest just would not come out. Whatever I did, they just wouldn't come out, so that was fun. I ended up using olive oil, which one of you suggested when I posted on my Instagram story. One of you guys suggested that I use olive oil on pads and then sort of wrap it around with cling film over my fingers to sort of soften the skin up, and then use a needle to sort of get it out and push it out. So that's what I did, and I managed to get it out, but that was a painful experience. It wasn't very fun. But yeah, so many people messaged me after that saying like, oh yeah, that's the reason why I don't get cacti, and I guess that's a valid reason, but I do love my cacti. It's kind of ironic, I think, that I ended up using that same cactus in the thumbnail for the video that I was trying to film, the butterfly video that I posted before this one. The cactus needles delayed that video. I was supposed to post that on Saturday, but I ended up posting it on Sunday because I needed to finish the bracelet to be able to film the intro and the outro and also do the thumbnail and everything, and because I wasn't able to finish the bracelet, I couldn't post it on time, and it's kind of funny that I only realized it after. I didn't really think about it much, but I think it's kind of funny that the cactus that delayed the video was the one that ended up in the thumbnail. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna make a lot of progress here. I usually knot a little bit faster than this, but obviously because of the brace, I can't really knot that quickly. But also, alphas do take a lot of time. People ask me how long my bracelets take, and I can't really give you a set time frame, but it depends on the type of bracelet quite a bit, I think. And alphas definitely take more time, but especially this alpha, it's gonna take more time because it's got a bunch of colors there, and there's a lot of color changes, and there's a lot of colors happening, and it's just a little bit messy. How many knots here? 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. I like to separate my strings before I make the knots so I don't accidentally make more than I need to. But yeah, alphas like this, where there's a lot of colors and a lot of color changes, take me much longer than usual. But I can't really give you a set time frame because it depends on the knots, the strings that I'm using. It depends on the bracelet that I'm making, so it really depends on a lot of things. But I don't know, I would say this one is gonna take me probably like 3-4 hours in total. Not in one go, in total, but we will see. I don't know. All right, this next bit is just pink. So no more color changes here, actually, just the pink. Yeah, knotting forward knots with my right hand is not a very pleasant experience at the moment, but we're gonna go with it because this is what I want to do today. My last two videos, my last two tutorials, the daisy chain and the butterfly videos, are doing really well, and I'm really happy. That, you know, as much as I try not to pay attention to the views and whatever because it can really damage your mental health, which I didn't even plan on talking about it here, but it's relevant to the topic. I'm posting a video on my second channel this week on Thursday about mental health and YouTube, and about advice for smaller YouTubers and how you can take care of your mental health while still doing YouTube. And one of the points that I mentioned there is that I don't check my stats very often because they can be quite damaging to your mental health. But yeah, I try not to, and I try not to care, I try not to look at them, but I must say it's always a pleasant surprise when a video is doing well. It gives you motivation, it pushes you to do more, it makes you excited. And I've been missing that because this winter was, I mean, every winter, people don't make bracelets as much during the winter, so whenever winter rolls around, I always get kind of low in views, but this winter was especially bad in terms of views and just in general. But yeah, it's nice. It's nice when a video does well, but it's also kind of weird because a lot of people who don't know me or don't usually watch me start finding my videos and they leave the weirdest comments, and it's always very entertaining. Like, I get a lot of people asking me for string lengths, which I find weird because not only did I mention the string lengths in the video, I also left you know, timestamps in the description, and it's those kinds of timestamps with the new YouTube feature that gives you like the scrolling option. So when you scroll or hover over the time bar thing, I don't know how to say it, but you know what I mean. When you hover over it, it kind of tells you what section you're watching at the moment. And yeah, I even left it there, like, oh, there's a specific section for colors and string lengths, but yet people still ask me. That's just like, why? What else can I do? No, but I got a lot of Russian people somehow found my video, and I don't know where they came from. Apparently from TikTok, which I am yet to see. I would love to see that. But that was very nice to have a lot of Russian people come over and watch my video. I created Russian thumbnails, Russian captions, I forgot the word. I created Russian captions specifically for people to watch my video in Russian, which was nice. And I don't know, I like it. I have a huge respect for the Russian knotting community, and it's nice to sort of be seen by them as well, considering that they don't usually watch my videos. But yeah, that was nice. Anyway, the video is doing well, and that kind of made me happy, and that made me think about what other tutorials and other stuff that I want to do. I always plan out my stuff, but whenever something goes well, it kind of makes me more excited, I guess, for what I'm doing, and it's making me reconsider what kind of tutorials I want to post. So I spent the day basically talking to a bunch of creators of different techniques and such, about whether or not I can use their techniques in tutorials, with credit, of course. I always give credit where credit is due, but I messaged a bunch of different creators asking them, and so far everyone has said yes, which is good. Now I need to figure out when I'm scheduling which video, but I'm incredibly excited, and I have so so many more ideas about what I want to do and what I want to show you guys, and yeah, basically I'm very excited, and hopefully 23 is going to be a good year for me. So that's my main takeaway from this entire situation. But yeah, jumping on to complaining again, I have hay fever. I have hay fever, and I hate it. You might actually hear it in my voice a little bit, like my voice is a little bit nasally, I don't know. I have hay fever, and I've been sneezing non-stop. I've literally got a roll of toilet paper right next to me here because I keep sneezing and I've run out of tissues, so we're using toilet paper, which is absolutely amazing. Sorry if this is too much information, but I'm just really annoyed. I really don't like hay fever. Spring is my favorite season, probably. I think I quite like all the seasons, but I think spring is my favorite season, and hay fever is just ruining it all for me, and I am annoyed. That is not something that I want to be experiencing. But yeah, I'm so excited to make a lot of spring bracelets. If you don't know, spring is the challenge of the month this month. So definitely, if you are not yet aware or not yet participating, then definitely participate in the challenge. The rules are in my February/March wrap-up. I did a joint one for the months because I didn't post one in February. I'll leave that linked in the description as well. But yeah, the theme for this month is spring, and I guess this, if I finish this in time, is going to be my submission for it, because this is a very sort of spring-related bracelet. But I love spring, I really do, and I love making themed bracelets. I love making seasonal bracelets. It kind of gets me into the mood for whatever season we are currently in, so I am very happy with making these. I've got so many more sort of spring related bracelets in my to-dos and planned, and I'm very excited. I'm very, very excited. So there's definitely a lot more coming. But yeah, definitely participate in the challenge if you haven't already, or if you're not planning to, then you should, because they're fun. I love the challenges. I need to repost some on my story on Instagram. I've been looking at them today, but I didn't repost. I should repost a bunch of challenge pictures. Also, there's a new way to enter now. If you are on my Discord server, which is always linked in the description, you can now enter through there if you don't have Instagram. So there you go, there's a second option for you. I think these are lavender flowers. Is that what I'm making right now? Is this lavender flowers? I think so. I ordered some keychains, you know, those D-shaped swivel key rings. I got some of those off the internet, off of AliExpress actually, if you're curious. They're really cheap on there. I mean, it takes some time to deliver to you, but they're super cheap on there. But yeah, I ordered a bunch, and because I keep seeing people make them. I keep seeing people use them on Instagram, and I ordered a bunch, and I'm trying to create one. I also keep seeing these like really cool techniques people are using, where you can't see the backs of alphas, or the backs are a little bit different. I want to try those out. I think I'm going to do that off camera for a bunch, and then if I finally get the technique down, then I might make a tutorial for them. But either way, I'm really excited to create keychains. I've only ever created keychains with like the regular rings that you use. I even made a tutorial, I think, on Bracelet Book. Like, I did a photo tutorial for how to do them. But either way, I'm really excited to create keychains. I don't quite know what to do with the backs though. I need to ask around or see what other people are doing. I already asked you guys on Instagram how to secure them to your workspace, because I got really confused with that. It's tiny, you know, it's a tiny little keychain. How are you going to secure that properly? Apparently you guys, most of you, based on my findings, use tape in some way or another. You use tape to secure it, but a lot of you guys also use safety pins, and you sort of pin it down to a pillow or whatever you're using with a safety pin, which is an interesting choice. But apparently it works. I ended up going with tape, and it worked pretty well, but I still haven't finished it. We'll see how that goes. I'll obviously share that as well, but it's been going well so far. I'm very excited. So yeah, I finally feel like I've gotten in a rhythm with my content. You might have noticed I stopped streaming recently. That was intentional. I still want to stream. It's not something that I've completely decided to abandon. I still want to stream, but I feel like I was in a kind of unhealthy habit of pushing myself really hard and then crashing. I think that I overscheduled myself, and I think that I'm getting into a much better routine with my content, where I'm planning and scheduling things out in a way that I can be efficient and still be on track with all of my, deadlines. I say deadlines because they're not really deadlines. I create them for myself. But does that make them not real? No, they're still real, they're just my deadlines. Anyway, I feel very happy and content with what I'm doing right now, so that's just awesome. That really, really is. I'm very happy with what I'm doing and how I'm doing it, and hopefully if I get in an even better routine, my bass strings got tangled. Hopefully if I get in an even better routine, I'll be able to produce even more content for you guys. I have a lot of ideas that I just haven't been able to get to. It might seem really weird. A lot of you guys give a lot of really good video suggestions. It might seem really strange, like, oh, why haven't you done this video yet? Like, you promised this video ages ago, or, well, I didn't promise anything, but I said I might do it, like, ages ago. Like, why haven't you done it yet? And it's usually just to do with the fact that some videos take a lot of time and effort to make, and when you're trying to post on somewhat of a schedule, like I try to post 2 days a week. I don't have a specific rigid schedule, but that's the kind of thing that I try to do. And when you have that, you can't really, you have to work really hard into creating a routine, I guess, or a schedule where you can fit in those bigger videos, because otherwise you're going to spend a lot of time creating a bigger video and then you're not going to create a video for, you know, it might take a week, basically, is what I'm trying to say. It might take a week or longer to create a bigger video, and then you won't have videos for that week you are working on the bigger video. So it's just a lot of, you know, scheduling stuff and trying to get around it. What am I doing? I just need to make one, I think. Yeah, I'm separating the strings out, but I actually only needed to make one here. So what I'm saying is there's a lot of really cool video ideas that I really want to get to, and if I get into a better routine with my content, which I feel like I already am, but I mean even better than than what I am at now, then hopefully I'll be able to make these really cool videos, and not just videos. There's other stuff that I intend on making, but I'm not going to talk about those yet. Anyway, it's been really exciting. I talked about this a little bit before in this video, and also in the video that I'm posting on my second channel this week, which you should follow me on if you don't. But I don't look at my views after I post a video. Like, after, I don't know, 12 hours or so, I don't really look at the views, unless, you know, a video does really well. Like, I've got the daisy chain video doing really well right now. I check those views usually because I'm just curious, like, oh, what's it at now? But if it's a typical video that's doing, you know, typically it's not doing especially well or especially badly, it's just doing average, I don't check the views. So a lot of the time, because of the content that I do tutorials, a lot of the time my videos get views later on. They don't get views in the beginning, but they get viewed after. And I went back and I looked at all of my views for all of my videos, and I was very surprised. There's a lot of videos that are doing much better than I thought they were. Like, much better. I think the chevron video hit over 1 million, which I never expected to hit ever. What was it? The distorted, no, not the distorted. The other chevron video that I did, I don't remember what it's called. Fishbone, there we go. The fishbone chevron video that I did is like at 600,000 or 700, something like that, which is amazing. And there's a lot of other videos that are over 100,000, and I had no idea. So maybe I should check up on my videos every once in a while. I still stand by the idea that not checking your views is beneficial to your mental health, but maybe I should check them a little bit more often than I do. Maybe that will be a good thing, because it is very encouraging to see all the work that you put in pay off, and to see people enjoying the stuff that you're creating. And it's just nice, you know? It's motivating, and it's nice to see, as I said, your work pay off. So there you go. Maybe I should revisit my own advice there. Anyway, I'm gonna finish off here. I've been talking for like nearly 20 minutes now. I feel like I need to stop talking for a bit. Oh, do you know what? This is actually the perfect example of the tips video that I did about alphas. I'll leave that linked in the card in the description. But I said to use a ruler to check that your rows are going horizontally. And see how here it's lifting a little bit? I'm going to use the same ruler to pull those knots down a bit. Not just those knots, but the knots on the previous row and the row before it. To just pull them down slightly and check again. And there you go. Now it is going horizontally, and now I'm actually going to push up a little bit to make sure that they're all even. Well, there you go. Well, thank you for joining me on this small portion of this bracelet that I'm making. I have no idea when I'm going to finish it, hopefully soon. I quite like this design. There's going to be bees and stuff after it as well. It's very, very springy and summery, and I highly recommend making this pattern if you are looking for a spring-related bracelet to make and you are interested in alphas. Thank you for joining me today. I know that real-time knotting videos aren't everyone's cup of tea, but some of you seem to enjoy them, so I like to sprinkle them in every once in a while. But I really do hope you enjoyed, and before I go, I want to shout out my patrons and especially my top supporters whose names are going to appear on screen right now. Thank you guys so much for your support, and if you also want to become a patron, there's a link in the description where you can sign up and get exclusive perks for your donations. But in any case, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!